Hey friends, welcome to PowerCode Music. In this presentation, we're going to discuss mastering your music with EQ and compression. Before we continue, I want to ask you to please check out my YouTube homepage to view all of my videos that are carefully organized by subject. Also, if you find this information useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a great deal and helps us to keep doing what we're doing. And now, back to the presentation. Audio mastering is the final step in music production where a track or album is polished and optimized for distribution. It involves enhancing sound quality, ensuring consistency across tracks, and preparing audio for playback on various devices and platforms. Many consider audio mastering to be its own separate art form, and I'm definitely one of those people. For some audio engineers, this is their specialty and that's all that they do. Back in the 90s, I did a lot of audio mastering for a number of clients and found it to be very educational and rewarding. A strong suggestion is to experiment a great deal with the tips shared in this presentation. The best way to get better is through practice and gaining experience through that. So, grab your coffee and your tea and stay with me to the end. This is the way you're going to get the mastering tips that can help take your music to the next level. Let's start with some of the components that comprise audio mastering. Now, these components include equalization, and this is balancing frequencies for clarity and cohesion. The next is compression and limiting. This is controlling dynamics and increasing perceived loudness. After that, we have stereo enhancement. This is adjusting the stereo image for fuller sound. After that, we have noise reduction. This is removing unwanted hiss, hum, or other artifacts. What follows is format and loudness, and you want to try and reach a standardization here. And this is ensuring compliance with streaming or physical media requirements. Mastering ensures that a song sounds professional and translates well across different listening environments, from headphones to speakers and car audio systems. Mastering your music with EQ and compression is critical for achieving a high-level professional sound. Now, let's go through this process step by step to see how to use these tools more effectively. Now, we're going to start with some key techniques using EQ and mastering. Now, again, EQ or equalization is used to balance frequencies that enhance clarity in the final mix. When using a high-pass filtering or low-end cleanup, if you're getting unnecessary sub-bass rumble, then roll off frequencies below 20 to 30 hertz to remove it. If the bass is overpowering and you need to tighten up the low end of your music, use a low shelf cut around 60 to 100 hertz to tame and control it. If your music lacks weight, a slight boost in the 40 to 60 hertz range can help that. Let's move on to mid-range clarity. This is something I've struggled with in the past. If the mix feels muddy, cut around 200 to 500 hertz to remove excess warmth. If vocals or guitars need presence, try boosting to around 1 to 3 kilohertz carefully. Again, experiment. If you need high-end enhancement, a gentle high shelf boost at 8 to 12 kilohertz can add air and brightness to the track. Be careful not to use too much, as it can introduce sibilance. Now, this would be much like increasing the sharp S's or sh or ch or z sounds made in human speech. Let's quickly discuss resonance notching. Resonance notching is a technique used to limit structural responses at resonant frequencies during vibration testing. With this, identify and cut any harsh resonances in your music, such as the 3 to 6 kilohertz range for piercing sounds. Small, narrow Q cuts from -1 to -3 decibels at problematic frequencies can help smooth out your mix. Let's move on to some key audio compression techniques for mastering. Compression is an audio signal processing operation that reduces the volume of loud sounds or amplifies quiet sounds, thus reducing compression and audio signals' dynamic range. Now, for careful, gentle compression, use a low ratio. For example, a range of 1.5 to 1 to 2 to 1 with slow attack. For example, 20 to 50 milliseconds. And moderate release, for example, with a moderate release, 200 to 300 milliseconds. Aim for 1 to 3 decibels of gain reduction to glue the mix together. Multi-band compression helps control specific frequency ranges that include the low end, that is below 100 hertz. Use this to tame boomy bass sounds. The mids, which is 500 hertz to 300 to 3 kilohertz. Use this to smooth out honky or harsh frequencies. Next is the highs, 8 kilohertz plus. Use this to reduce harshness or sibilance. The peak control is a limiter or clipper that occurs before final limiting. If certain transients like snare hits are too sharp, a fast compressor or clipper can tame and control them before final limiting. We'll now discuss finalizing your music with a limiter. First, set a ceiling. Keep the output at -0.1 to -0.3 decibels to prevent clipping. Focus on controlling loudness. Aim for a LUFS or a loudness units full scale level of -14 decibels for streaming, with platforms like Spotify or Apple Music. Louder masters, that is -8 to -10 LUFS for clubs and or festival musics are normal, but be cautious of overcompression. Now adjust the release. The limiter's release should allow for the track to breathe while maintaining loudness. Last but not least, here are some final tips, or should I say tips, for mastering your music. Use reference tracks. Compare your mastered final product with professionally mastered tracks in your genre. This is strongly suggested, and I do this all the time when mastering. Check your master in mono. Ensure that there are no phase issues. Like phasing issues in audio occur when multiple sound signals are out of alignment, which can cause loss of sound quality. So be careful of this. Check it in mono. Use multiple playback systems. Test on headphone speakers and even phone speakers, your cell phone. Keep it subtle. Avoid overprocessing. Small moves can often make a big difference in your overall mix. Well, that's a wrap. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up and click the subscribe button on your screen to join our group. We have new presentations coming out every 7 to 14 days, and leave a comment in the comments section about this content. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify, along with TikTok. While you're here, listen to some of the music and check out the playlist because they're designed just for you. Thanks for watching. We really do appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you soon.